welcome once again to Sonoran Palm Spring, and we had just witnessed wonderful fashion show here at the Lunar, brought to you by Runway FX Metropolitan Fashion Week. We have one of our special guests tonight. Of course, he showcases designs as well, Mr. David Tupaz.
Wow,
Hi, David.
thank you for having me. Thank you.
It's such a pleasure seeing you once again. So how has it been after a year of the pandemic?
Well, we're still in the pandemic,
Yes,
and you know how it is. A lot of people, all of us just stayed home. So a lot of parties and red carpets were canceled, even weddings and birthday parties. So a lot of, like some of my clients, a lot of their orders have been postponed and rescheduled and all that. So business-wise, it was slow. But I'm glad that I have regular clients that would still order. I'm still here. Whereas some of my friends in New York, some of the designers I know have already closed. And so, I'm glad. Thank God. We pray. That's why. So I hope that everything goes back to normal, and I think it will.
It will.
Yeah.
God willing, by June, everything's going to start opening up.
In Las Vegas, by June 1st, 100%.
Okay, that's
it's
great
open,
to
yeah.
know.
And there's no more social distancing.
Yes.
But people are still required to wear masks.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, you look great, as always.
Thank you. I look tired.
Your designs is always phenomenal. Is
Thank
there
you.
any other new designs that they want to...
Well, what I presented tonight was actually my resort collection. It was supposedly done virtually last December, but even that was canceled. And so when Eduardo called me, because ever since Metropolitan Fashion Week started, I started with him.
Right.
So all of us started together. And so, when he asked me if I want to do it, of course, I want to get out of the house. Don't we all?
So you're still residing in Vegas?
Yes,
Okay.
still in Las Vegas. I moved to a new location in Tivoli Village in Summerlin.
Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
So what are our audiences or fans of your designs are they going to be looking forward to this year?
Well, this year, a lot of, for the spring, summer, there's a lot of whites. And then with the whites, just a mixture of different colors. Like, a mixture of different pastel colors, but the background is white. That's the look that I am presenting, really. Because I design clothes that people can wear. I don't design clothes that is just good for the runway and then you keep it. I always believe that design should sell. And I tell a lot of the designers that I mentor that you can design the most beautiful design, but if that design doesn't sell, it doesn't mean anything.
Any looking forward to any travels soon?
New York Fashion Week is opening again in September. I'm sure you're going to be there. And then London Fashion Week in October. And then after that, I have to go back to Los Angeles for Metropolitan Fashion Week, Los Angeles at City Hall.
City Hall.
Yeah.
That's another one to look forward
Yes,
to.
yes.
So are you doing a new batch of designs as well?
Yes, I'm doing a collection just for these shows because September is Spring Summer 2022. So I'm already showing clothes for the following year. Yes.
That's amazing.
It's a lot of work and it's not cheap, because everything is made here in America and American labor is not cheap. So, but otherwise I'm okay. I'm still here.
Yes, of course. And everyone still supports you.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to
Like you guys
yes,
support
we're
me.
always
Thank
here.
you.
And where can these people that want to customize or make want to have you create their design?
Yes, they can go to my
Yes.
website, which is davidtupaz.com. Tupaz is spelled Tupaz.com. And I also have a shopping website if people like to buy masks and some of my accessories. It's called charmsandpearls.com.
Okay, we'll be sure to share that with you guys.
Thank
soon.
you.
Yes. Well, is there any last thing that you'd like to tell our Filipino community out there?
Well, us Filipinos, we're very resilient, because I think Filipinos have gone through a lot. It's not just, this COVID pandemic is actually just one of those that we have gone through.
Yes.
And so I think that, we know how to face our trials. And I think that is the important thing about Filipino culture is that, we know how to deal with the hardships and with the difficulty in life, and we even smile.
Yes.
So I'm glad. I follow that culture, our Filipino culture very much to this day.
Is there any future plans to go back to the Philippines and make?
Yes, as a matter of fact, well, I want to retire already, but one of the things I was planning to do, it's still in the plans, is to open a fashion school in the Philippines with affiliation with the New York Fashion Institute of Technology and Parsons, so that, the Filipinos don't have to fly to New York to go to school, as well as all the other Asian countries. They just have to go to the Philippines. And I'm planning to open the first fashion museum in the Philippines.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's the history of fashion, of course, Western fashion, but there will be a segment, an area where it's all the history of Philippine fashion. So, because I have collected through the years different clothing from the 1800s to the present, So I'm doing it here. It's going to be a traveling exhibit. It starts in Las Vegas and then it goes to New York. Then hopefully LACMA is going to allow me to open it there too. But finally it rests in the Philippines. I'm giving it back to the Philippines.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really at awe with all the work that you do, to contribute to, the society and as well to all of the
Well, because the thing is, Filipino culture is what we can give. That's how we were raised. Our parents raised us. It's most important, and what really matters is what you can give, not what you can get. That's all of us. All of us Filipinos are raised that way. So, eventually, I would quote one of my very, very close friends. She would always say, power and money you bring to the grave. After the grave, there's only truth and honor.
That's something that I have to remember. I gotta quote that. Yeah, that's really great.
Yes.
Would you like to invite our fellow viewers right now to
Sure.
next shows?
Well, in Los Angeles, you'll definitely know through Metropolitan Fashion Week the next show. But of course, New York is in, that New York Fashion Week is always in September and in February. And then you can go to my Facebook page, which is David Tupaz. And of course, I told you my website, so all the infos are going to be there.
Well, it's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I met your family earlier.
Oh,
It's
yeah, my
so
sister.
Sweet, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, David, and good luck with everything.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.